What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple Play Fantasy YouTube channel. Here to talk about one of the pitchers that was most troubling and most frustrating last year in Aaron Nola. And one of the reasons he's one of the most frustrating pitchers, at least that he was to roster in 2021, was just the potential that we know he possesses. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why he should be someone that's on your radar as a potential top 5 starting pitcher in the 2022 baseball season. But first, a quick word from our new sponsor, OddsJam. This video is being sponsored by OddsJam. OddsJam is an innovative solution designed to identify odds that make you the winner every single time. They have the fastest real-time data to spot discrepancies between different sports books and help users place risk-free bets. Profits average 3% every day, which adds up to big earnings. So how does OddsJam work? Well, OddsJam processes the odds over 1 million odds a minute to find the selected few profitable betting opportunities. You as the user will then receive notifications of these opportunities in real time. Finally, you'll place your bets on multiple sports books to cover all possible outcomes. That way, no matter who wins, you do. And so, how are you ready to experience the risk-free profits for yourself? Well, what you can do is you can go to oddsjam.com, and if you use referral code TRIPLEPLAY, you'll be able to get a 7-day free trial to access this stuff for yourself. So make sure you check them out today. Now let's get back to the video. Aaron Nola went in 2021 9-9 with a 4.63 ERA and 180.2 innings, which on the surface is definitely not sexy by any means. Now, the 180.2 innings pitched were the lowest in a full season since 2017 for him, and his 4.63 ERA was the highest since 2016 and 20th out of 22 qualified for the NL ERA title. In 32 starts last season, Nola gave up 4 earned runs or more in 12 of his starts, which is approximately 37.5%. And the type of volatility proved to be costly to the starting Nola on a consistent basis, as he's continuously destroying your ratios each time you thought you could trust him and when he would get back on track. Now, part of the reason his ERA remained high was a reason that Nola had the ball get in the air a lot more than he was used to. Nola's fly ball percentage nearly doubled his 2020 data, 27% compared to 13.7% in 2020, and also remained 6.5% higher than his last full season in 2019. This all while his ground ball rate of 41.6% became the lowest of his career. You add in Nola's home run per 9 jumping to a career high 1.30 and allowing 26 home runs this season, which was tied for the 7th worst in baseball. Not very good when you mix all that together. He also didn't help that he had an 11.8% barrel rate, and by far that was the worst of his career, and he was surpassed by Zach Wheeler as the new ace of the staff. Whether you want to say it was just to bad luck or home run troubles, Nola was not himself. And Scott Lober of the Philadelphia Inquirer noted that Nola only made 7 innings in 5 of his 32 starts and had a 6.19 ERA over his last 6 starts. Not just that, but if you look, Nola gave up 82 two-strike hits, which was tied for the most in baseball, and of his 26 home runs, 12 of those came in 2 strikes counts, 11 with a runner on base, and 10 on his signature curveball, which was his trusty pitch in 2020 that helped put away 41% of batters during that time. But with the bad comes the good. Let's take a look at some good things about Nola last year. He still ranked 5th in the National League with 223 strikeouts. His 29.8 strikeout percentage was the largest he's had in a full season of his career. He also had the 5th best K to walk rate in all of baseball last year. Now, if you look at research done by Rob Silver, Nola had an 84th swinging strike rate on his changeup, and his knuckle curve had an 80th percentile swinging strike rate. A pitcher having 2 pitches to get swings and misses on that type of rate is huge. Nola also had a better than league average 222 expected batting average, the lowest hard hit percentage allowed since 2018, and he walked a career low 5.2% of batters, which was ranked in the top 8% of baseball. One thing also lost in all this was Nola was continuing to get ahead of hitters on the counts, as he got to 2 strikes in over 61% of his counts last season, which for a strikeout pitcher is great for his future outlook. So what can we ultimately expect from Aaron Nola in 2022? Well, as we can see from last season, the ERA doesn't necessarily tell the full story, as his FIP was 3.37, and that was 10th in the league and more than a run lower than his actual ERA, while Aaron Nola's Sierra, which estimates ERA through walk rate, strikeout rate, and ground ball rate, was 3.26, the exact same he had in 2020 and sixth best in baseball. I expect that ERA to be what we get more for Nola in 2022, somewhere in the mid to low threes, and obviously a lot of strikeouts. I also think the thing going in Nola's favor for this coming season is his BABIP. Last year, his 308 BABIP was one of the worst in Major League Baseball. And of course, part of that was the Philadelphia Phillies defense, which was one of the worst in baseball last year. I don't think they can be much worse than they were. And I would expect that we get closer to the 294 career mark of his BABIP, which should bring his ERA down. The other metric that Nola should get better at is his insanely low 66.8% left on base percentage. That was by far the worst mark in baseball among starting pitchers. He has a career 74% mark, and I would think that would also correlate to his ERA going down this season. The other thing being his change in approach is something I would expect that also will change this year, as what can be said is Nola increased the use of his four-seam fastball in 2021 over 12% at the time. And that coincided with his sinker dropping 7% in usage. And that's because Nola, even though he didn't directly say it, many were speculating because he didn't trust the defense behind him, that he shied away a little bit from his sinker and went a little bit more fastball, which led to the increase in fly balls. So if he goes back to that sinker a little bit more and trusts his defense, he should be able to keep the home runs down. That, combined with Nola switching his mechanics and realizing that he had a flaw in his mechanics towards the end of the year, coincides to, again, another reason why Nola should be a lot better in 2022. At the end of the day, Nola is incredibly durable, a great strikeout pitcher, and a good source of innings. He's one of 8 pitchers to make at least 30 starts in each of the last 3 full seasons, and has made 3 more starts than any other pitcher in baseball since 2018. No velocity dips, no struggles with command, and Nola should be able to have a shot to get many wins with a team with one of the best offenses in baseball. Aaron Nola needs to be someone that you're drafting. If you get him as an SP1 in the 3rd round, that's spectacular. If you get him as an SP2 in the 3rd round, that's even better. Nola should be a huge asset for your staff next year for your fantasy baseball team. I expect him to bounce back in a big way, be in contention for the National League Cy Young, and you'll be very happy you drafted him at the discount that you're getting him at. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks so much again for tuning in and checking out another video here on the channel. Please subscribe if you enjoy the content, and make sure you leave a comment below if you want to see any other pitchers or hitters broken down on this channel. Remember, we live and breathe baseball here. There's so much baseball content coming out, so there'll be no shortage of it coming out in the near future. Thanks again, guys, for checking this one out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.